Hi, I'm Brian Amatruda. Thanks for Fight Call Out and having a day in the life of a promoter. With promotion, we do all sorts of things. We obviously try to do the best fights we can. We try to make the careers out of these guys. We match them accordingly. As with anything, to make a good card, you try to get a 50-50 match. But you don't want your guy beat, so we pick opponents we think we can win. It doesn't always work that way. Most of the guys that have fought for world titles come through our cards, from Lucas Brown and Sam Solomon to Mark Flanagan. They've all come sort of through the system and fought in Melbourne. I'm the owner of the Pavilion. It's a specifically built place for boxing. Today we've got the Australian heavyweight title, and typical day will be what we do. We normally start off very similar to a boxer, where they have done most of the prep work. We do a lot of things behind airfares, accommodation, matching, but today it all comes down to the day. So the shows start off with concept, who we're going to put on together. We try to match that fight, and from the main event we match it down. We have plenty of our regular guys that are always with us, that we try to look after them. And as far as giving them a spot on the show, it's very hard for fighters to get on shows. And if you're aligned with a promoter, it certainly helps. So once we get the main event, we work down the undercard, and then that's where it all starts, from matching that thing, booking the venue, booking the date, booking the travel arrangements, hotels, and then there's a whole team, from your ring girls to your MC, to your announcer, to your sponsors, to table settings, tables being made. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and it's basically a full-time job for someone to do all that. But on the night, it all comes together no matter what happens. It's unusual for a promoter to have actually a fighter that lives with him. This is Cesar Monsot. He's number 3 in the world, undefeated the last 10 years. He's an exciting fighter. He's part of our family. He lives here with my sons. One of the greatest achievements in boxing is having people like Cesar in your life. That's more important than anything else in boxing. So, he's been a wonderful friend and a wonderful person. So, like I said, tonight we're got to get the job done. If we don't get the job done, it's. And I said to him yesterday, Cesar, we can't slip up. We have to win. And this guy's dangerous. You don't get to 20-0 by not being able to fight. What we're going to do is we normally start off here, which is my house. We'll head off to the venue soon, and that's where it's all going to start. Let's go do it. Yeah, well, this guy, like I said, he's coming. This is his world title. If he wins, he gets your number 3. So he's going to fight. You want black? You want red? Black. You always fight in black. All right. Let's go have a look at the room. Okay.
Elise normally does that. So that's table 30.
Where's the other ones? Where's mine? There, not, yeah. Steak, mate.
It's not what.
No, it's one of what we got.
You got the oysters there, and pasta, chicken and prosciutto.
Hi, sir.
How you going? You good? How you going?
Good, man, you?
How
are you? Good to see you, mate.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Mix okay, now we just opened. So what happens now is that we expect about 1,500 people. They all come through here. They're all seated. It's a sold-out show, so it's pretty simple. And all the fighters are in there at the back. They're wrapped up. The hands are done. Show time about 45 minutes. So we don't let them in early. We sort of like we do a 45-minute, a little bit of music, a bit of film clips, get them warmed up. First fight on a dot in 45 minutes. So they're here. You can see it's filling up. Probably another 20 minutes. You won't be able to move. So it's all showtime. How you going? Hey. Hello, Jen.
How you going, buddy? All right?
Yeah, good. How are you? Hello. Okay, we're 15 minutes after the start. Ring girls are here, commentators are here, officials are all there. They're serving the food now. The fighters at the back, the first fighters are warming up. Now what we do is, the reason we've sold out shows, but we try to do the 1% thing. So we try to have the best food, the best quality service, the best fights. We match them so that they're competitive fights, and the audience, they buy every single time. So we don't really go out to the market. The market comes and buys a table. and it's all those 1%ers about giving the customer a great experience. It starts with the fighters themselves, but it's about the entertainment, it's about the video clips we do, about the music we play, about the whole atmosphere, that when they leave, they say, gee, we had a great night, and that's what we do. Okay, Lukey, 3 minutes, let's go. You warmed up?
Round 2.
Hey, boys. Hi, mate.
Nice to see you, mate.
How are you?
You know, Grant.
How are you? How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice seeing you, Charlie. How are you, mate?
Record, 40 fights, 34 wins, 3 losses, 3 draws, 22 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of St Kilda by way of the Philippines, he's the WBA and PABA Pan-African champion. He's the current WBA Oceania Super Lightweight champion. This man is ranked number 3 in the world in the WBA rankings. He is Augusto Caesar Amatruda.
Carlos Moore on the back foot so far.
Oh, big counter uppercut from Sion. Carlos has caught him with that huge counter uppercut there.
Caesar is in trouble. He's wobbly. He's hurt. He's got a big heart, Caesar. The current number 3 in the world.
We've nowhere to go, Brian. There's nowhere to go. We're out of the ratings.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, mate. So whether we box or not box, we'll make a decision. It's too early. No use thinking about it right now. After that, you're not thinking straight, I'm not thinking straight. Let's have a little sit down. If you want to go on, we'll think about it. If not, we've just got to work out what we're going to do. Well, tonight's been one of those nights. Trent Rawlings, I brought him out from America, I had big hopes for him. Got caught. Season once I got caught. It's one of those nights at the office. Tell you the truth, it's days like this where you know where you want to go on, but you know, like I said, Caesar's healthy at the moment. That's good. We'll get him checked out. That was the show for tonight. I want to thank Fight Call Out for following us around. A day in the life of a promoter. I've got to say it's probably the worst day of my life, but that's boxing, and we're back next week with George Cambosis and Blake Caporello and Joel Brunkner and a few of the boys, Jake Carr. So we can do it all again, but it's just been one of those days. Probably the worst day in 115 shows. Probably the worst day I've ever had in boxing, but that's boxing.
Let's just touch on the clip we saw there. Brian Amatruda, one of the leading promoters in the country, very heartfelt and solemn. Wouldn't it be fantastic if every promoter was so invested in their fighters as he is?
I think boxing would be a new game. I really do. There's so many promoters. You just got to find that fine line and get the right balance. I mean, promoter's job is to make money, and he makes money by putting fighters on and giving them fights, putting on the best fights that people want to see, obviously. So if you can have that right formula, you're always putting on fights, good fights, you're always making money, your fighters are happy. What we get now is a lot of promoters who do not have any formula, and the fighters suffer, and they just try and hold them to contracts and things like that. And sometimes it's a nasty business. You know, I've heard an old saying that says boxing is a sport of kings, but it's run by gangsters, thugs and pimps. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what it refers to, you know, crooked promoters. What I just saw there from Brian Amatruda, I think, you know, that's great. That's what fighters want to see. Fighters want to feel like it's sort of a family feeling, a family bonding, even though it is business, and you feel if you got that trust, you perform well in the ring.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a delight to see Brian and him treating his boxer like family, and it's like there's another saying they say, it's not me, it's we, and that's exactly what you need. You need your producer, your trainer. It's got to be a family environment.
Yeah, well, also worth saying as well that, as you just saw in the clip, there was talk about whether or not Caesar would go on. We can tell you he is going to go on. He's going to fight in December. Brian's done a fantastic job because after the fight in December, he's going to get a shot at that world title. So, fantastic job from Brian Amatruda there, who, as we just said, looks after all of his guys, and everyone, all the fighters in this country should be as lucky to be looked after a guy like him.